I'm gonna tell you about Jay-Z. I'm gonna tell you about Jay-Z. You want me to tell you about Jay-Z? You want me to tell you? You know you want me to tell you why he can't be on social media?
Why?
Because he's the most sensitive motherfucker on the planet, and he can't take niggas in his comments telling him the truth.
Oh, what?
Okay?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay?
Damn, okay.
He can't take it. He can't open up social media. You know what Jay does? He watches social media from a fake page.
Yo, what's up with you and Jay,
Okay?
man?
Jay ain't letting him
It's
in the
not, but I'm giving you the truth.
People who will remain nameless, Hollywood stars, couple of cats pissed off at me, going off, complaining, never spoke to me again. Months later, Hov and I was on the phone. Hov was like, quote, simple and plain, my dog, you family, that's family. That's too close to say that. Right. I didn't know.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Vibery. Today, we're diving deep into something that's been talked about quietly in the music industry for years. Jay-Z might just be the most sensitive rapper in the game. It's hard to imagine, considering his legendary status and the empire he's built over decades. But multiple insiders and artists have shared stories suggesting that even a small critique of him could lead to a personal call. That's right. Whether someone comments on his music, his business ventures, or even his influence, there are accounts of Jay-Z personally reaching out to address critiques. The power, the influence, and the reach required to pull this off are staggering, and it highlights just how carefully Jay-Z monitors his reputation and the narrative surrounding him. One of the most talked about examples comes from a video of DJ Funk Flex openly calling Jay-Z out for this behavior.
We're gonna argue. I'm not gonna lie. My sister do be getting mad at me. But this is nothing new. Like, siblings gonna fight.
What you be doing, man?
I was gonna say, why?
Listen, bro.
Why do you think?
Listen, bro.
Why you be making her mad,
Niggas
man?
just mean, bro. Respectfully, I'm not even gonna lie. I be getting everyone tight, bro.
In the clip, Flex claims that Jay-Z has contacted people personally after disagreements or critiques. For many fans, this is shocking. But those familiar with the inner workings of the industry see it as a logical move from someone with Jay-Z's level of influence. Some argue it's evidence of him being overly sensitive about his image, while others see it as a strategic method to maintain control and respect over his legacy. Either way, it shows a man who is deeply invested in how he's perceived, not just in the music, but in the broader cultural and business landscape. Recently, Joe Budden and Mark Lamont Hill discussed Jay-Z and Rock Nation in an interview.
Like, busy. She be busy and stuff like that. I be doing my too. Like, we have the same dad.
And Mark admitted that he personally received calls from Jay-Z after offering critiques. This is significant because it shows a pattern. Jay-Z doesn't just let criticism slide. He monitors, evaluates, and sometimes engages directly with those who comment on him or his projects. This level of involvement demonstrates the seriousness with which he treats his public image and his influence. It's a pattern that's been corroborated by multiple sources over the years, suggesting that this is a consistent approach rather than isolated incidents.
What y'all finna say right now?
We gonna sit up in camera. We want to apologize for the Little Miss drama tour. Out of line and out of proportion for us. We had no business being there.
Right.
We was drunk, out of our mind, having a ball.
A minor, mind you. A minor. Keep going.
Even T.I. reportedly received a call from Jay-Z after ranking Tupac above him on a best rapper list. That's a bold move, highlighting how Jay-Z uses his influence to assert his place and defend his legacy. It's not just about ego, it's about protecting the narrative around his career and the people and projects associated with him. Fans and insiders note that this is part of Jay-Z's broader strategy, staying aware of public perception, engaging when necessary, and subtly influencing conversations to his advantage. The implications are vast. Jay-Z doesn't just influence music, he influences media coverage, public narratives, and the perception of other artists. From personal calls to behind-the-scenes interactions, he shapes the way the industry talks about him and those connected to him. The stories that have emerged over the years suggest a man who combines strategic thinking, cultural awareness, and influence in a way few artists have ever managed. For anyone observing closely, it's clear. Jay-Z is not only aware of his power, he actively uses it. This level of control over his narrative sets him apart from almost everyone else in the industry, and it's one of the reasons he remains not just relevant, but formidable decades into his career. Right before Rihanna was set to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show, something occurred that immediately caught attention. Stephen A. Smith made comments comparing Rihanna and Beyoncé, and the way he phrased them sparked conversations online about favoritism and unnecessary comparisons. Fans quickly picked up on the tension in his remarks, highlighting that you don't need to put one superstar down to elevate another. Many reports indicate that Jay-Z stepped in behind the scenes to smooth over the narrative. Allegedly, he personally contacted Stephen A. Smith to address the comments and redirect the discussion in a way that didn't fuel conflict between the artists. This isn't surprising for those familiar with Jay-Z's reputation in the industry. He's been described as someone who actively monitors media coverage, social commentary, and public perception. While some may see it as overreach, others argue it's a strategic method of maintaining influence over narratives that could impact the artists he's associated with. Jay-Z's network spans media personalities, executives, and artists, allowing him to influence the conversation at multiple levels. The scenario becomes even more interesting when you consider Jay-Z's involvement with Professor Michael Eric Dyson during the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake feud.
People who will remain nameless, Hollywood stars, couple of cats pissed off at me, going off, complaining, never spoke to me again. Months later, Hov and I was on the phone. Hov was like, quote, simple and plain, my dog, you family.
Dyson had written a piece defending Drake, addressing criticisms and policing of his contributions to hip-hop culture. Reports suggest that Jay-Z called Dyson directly to debate the piece, signaling that he takes narratives seriously, not only about himself, but about other artists in the industry. This isn't casual engagement. It's intervention by one of hip-hop's most powerful figures to influence how culture and media interpret stories. For fans and insiders, this kind of interaction adds credibility to the narrative that Jay-Z is highly invested in managing perception. It also raises questions about his personal views on artists like Drake. Some fans interpret these actions as a sign that Jay-Z may not fully support Drake, while others see it as a general desire to influence industry commentary. Either way, the willingness to engage with a scholar over cultural and artistic interpretation shows a level of involvement few would expect, reinforcing the idea that Jay-Z operates on a level beyond just music creation. He's shaping conversations, narratives, and perceptions. Additionally, the timing of Kendrick's Super Bowl performance immediately after the feud with Drake suggests that Jay-Z may have been subtly influencing how these events were unfolding.
The bad side of the music industry.
My sister always wanted to let me know that people are really dirty in the music industry.
Right.
While nothing is confirmed, it fits a pattern of Jay-Z's known behavior: monitoring situations, staying informed, and acting when necessary to protect or advance the narrative. The combination of calls to media figures, scholars, and artists demonstrates that he is strategic, attentive, and fully aware of the ripple effects of public commentary. Fans and insiders alike have observed that Jay-Z's influence extends far beyond what is visible on stage, showing that he operates with foresight and calculated precision in both the music world and the broader cultural landscape. Right after the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake feud, Kendrick was chosen to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show, and immediately, fans began questioning the timing. Jay-Z has significant influence over the entertainment side of the Super Bowl, and the fact that Kendrick followed the Drake feud so closely led to speculation. Was this timing intentional? Was Jay-Z subtly backing Kendrick or influencing public perception of the feud? While nothing is officially confirmed, the sequence of events aligns with Jay-Z's reputation for being highly strategic and attentive to narratives in the industry. He has been known to monitor rivalries, media commentary, and public opinion and act in ways that maintain or strengthen his influence. Adding to this narrative is the story of Jay-Z calling Professor Michael Eric Dyson to discuss Drake. Dyson had written a piece defending Drake during the heated feud, challenging critics who questioned his authenticity and contributions to hip-hop culture. Jay-Z reportedly disagreed with Dyson's conclusions and personally engaged in a discussion about the article. This incident underscores Jay-Z's hands-on approach. He doesn't just monitor commentary about himself, he's willing to intervene in discussions about other artists to protect reputations, influence narratives, or clarify perceptions. Jay-Z's network of influence is vast, spanning media personalities, executives, and artists. Many industry insiders tread carefully when discussing him publicly, knowing he has the ability and resources to personally address issues if he feels they threaten his image. Negative stories about him rarely gain traction, and he has cultivated an environment in which loyalists are careful to protect him, while critics often face more scrutiny. The Kendrick Drake Super Bowl scenario illustrates just how closely Jay-Z observes the landscape and how he can influence outcomes without appearing overtly in public. Then there's the situation with Nicki Minaj's sister, Ming. Recently, Ming was spotted at a Cardi B concert, even seen socializing in Cardi's section at a club. Given the long-standing feud between Nicki and Cardi, fans quickly question Ming's intentions and loyalty. Cardi has publicly criticized Nicki in the past, including making disparaging comments about her family, including her father and young son. Ming's actions, whether intentional or not, immediately became a focal point for discussion online. Some viewers see her as asserting independence and building connections in the industry, while others see her actions as risky or potentially disloyal. Ming's relationship with Nicki has been strained at times, and the additional layer of public scrutiny complicates matters. Fans analyze every move, appearance, and interaction as a potential strategic play. In the music industry, perception is often as powerful as talent, and even casual actions can be interpreted as statements. Ming's presence with Cardi is now seen as a potential catalyst for tension, whether she intended it or not. This situation highlights a larger pattern in the industry. Alliances, loyalty, and influence are constantly being evaluated. Jay-Z's involvement in various narratives, Ming's movements in social circles, and Nicki's history with Cardi intersect to create complex webs of perception. Every action carries consequences, and fans are quick to judge intentions. The industry thrives on these interactions, turning ordinary social moments into stories with lasting implications. Ming's choices are now part of a larger narrative that fans and insiders are watching closely, demonstrating the interconnected nature of relationships, influence, and reputation in the music world. The stakes are real. Ming's decisions could affect her career trajectory, her relationship with Nicki, and the perception of her loyalty. The scrutiny she faces illustrates how carefully emerging artists must navigate the music industry, especially when family relationships and high-profile rivalries are involved. This story is about much more than a concert. It's a window into the power dynamics, influence, and strategic maneuvering that define the modern music landscape. Fans reacted immediately to Ming being at Cardi's concert. Social media exploded with screenshots, videos, and commentary questioning her motives. Ming responded by saying, "At the end of the day, we all grow, and some of the drama won't matter in the future." She also clarified she wasn't choosing sides, adding, "Who said you can't love both?" To further lighten the situation, she uploaded a video mocking the controversy, pretending to apologize for attending the concert. While playful, it sparked debates online about whether Ming's actions were strategic or naive. Ming and Nicki's relationship has had tension in the past, and this adds another layer of complexity. Ming is trying to build her own space in the music industry, but the environment is ruthless. Some insiders suggest that powerful figures in the industry could attempt to use Ming as leverage against Nicki. Loyal Nicki fans are highly protective, viewing Ming's interactions with Cardi as a potential misstep. The internet quickly turned this social outing into a larger discussion about loyalty, strategy, and independence. The stakes in the industry are high. Nicki has faced threats and rivalries that demonstrate how quickly conflicts can escalate. Ming's decision to associate with Cardi, even casually, placed her directly in the spotlight. Fans and insiders closely scrutinize every social interaction, understanding that minor gestures can have far-reaching consequences. This incident illustrates the challenges of navigating a high-profile career while managing family dynamics and public perception simultaneously. Ming's actions highlight the importance of strategy and awareness in the music industry. Every move is observed and interpreted, and decisions can impact career paths, alliances, and personal relationships. Even social appearances can have ripple effects on professional opportunities and relationships. The situation demonstrates that in entertainment, nothing happens in isolation. Every action is a potential statement, and public interpretation can alter the narrative significantly. When Ming appeared at Cardi's concert, the clips quickly went viral, sparking immediate debate online. Some argued that Ming was simply networking and building her career independently, while others felt she was engaging in a risky move given the history between Nicki and Cardi. In the music industry, perception is key. Every photo, video, and public interaction is analyzed, and small actions can have unintended consequences. Fans watched closely, anticipating whether Nicki would respond. In an industry where perception defines reputation, even minor interactions can evolve into major narratives. Ming's presence could be interpreted in many ways. as independence, as defiance, or even as a strategic move. Each interpretation carries weight, which is why fans dissected every clip and discussed potential consequences. Opinions online were divided. Some argued Ming has the right to make her own choices without judgment, while others felt she should have been more cautious given the feud's history. Regardless of perspective, the situation underscores how closely industry relationships are monitored. Ming's actions have become part of a broader narrative about influence, alliances, and the strategic environment in which artists operate. This scenario illustrates the intricate dynamics of the music industry. Nothing occurs in isolation. Every move is observed, discussed, and interpreted. Ming's presence with Cardi is not simply a social moment. It has implications for alliances, perception, and potential consequences. Fans and insiders alike are analyzing the long-term effects of her actions, highlighting the importance of strategy and foresight in navigating a high-profile career. Looking at the broader industry context, Jay-Z's influence is undeniable. From Super Bowl decisions to monitoring media commentary to observing the movements of artists like Ming, he operates on multiple levels of the music world. Ming's actions, though seemingly small, fit into a larger pattern where influence, alliances, and strategy are constantly at play. Every appearance, relationship, and connection is scrutinized, and nothing is truly private in an industry driven by perception. Ming's concert appearance highlights the challenges of emerging in a space controlled by power dynamics, alliances, and narratives. While talent is essential, understanding how decisions and actions are interpreted is equally important. This is where experience, strategy, and careful planning matter. Fans and insiders watch every interaction, weighing the potential consequences and long-term implications. Ming's actions have become part of a larger story about influence, loyalty, and perception in modern hip-hop. The intersection of Jay-Z's influence, Ming's choices, and Nicki's history with Cardi illustrates the complexity of industry relationships. What seems like a simple social interaction can have lasting implications for alliances, careers, and public perception. Artists must navigate this landscape carefully, understanding the power dynamics at play and the potential for misinterpretation or manipulation. The modern music industry is as much about strategy as it is about talent. Ming stepping into Cardi's world sparked intense discussion online. Some argue she is asserting independence and building her own career, while others view it as a risky move considering Nicki's history with Cardi. Loyalty is central in the music industry, and fans analyze every association closely. Ming's choices highlight the importance of strategy and perception in a high-stakes environment. This demonstrates a larger reality. The music industry isn't just about talent. It's about power dynamics, influence, and strategic decision-making. Jay-Z's oversight, Ming's interactions, and Nicki's history with Cardi combine to create complex relationships with potential consequences. Fans and insiders observe these dynamics carefully, and even small actions can have large ripple effects. The situation has the potential to escalate rapidly. Ming has acknowledged tension with Nicki in the past, and fans worry she could be manipulated or used in larger conflicts. The music industry is filled with strategic maneuvers, and every action has weight. Nicki has faced threats and rivalries, demonstrating the seriousness of these dynamics. Ming being around Cardi only intensifies scrutiny, forcing her to consider the consequences of her actions carefully. The key takeaway is clear. Ming must act strategically and stay vigilant. In this industry, people exploit confusion, tension, or indecision for personal gain. Every choice matters, and scrutiny from fans, media, and insiders ensures that each decision has both immediate and long-term consequences. Navigating these dynamics is essential for emerging artists looking to maintain independence and avoid unnecessary drama. The music industry is complex, and Ming is attempting to carve her path. However, her direction appears scattered, which makes her susceptible to being exploited. Some may even try to pit her against Nicki, creating tension for personal gain. In such an environment, careful planning and awareness are crucial. Ming must evaluate situations carefully, making strategic moves while understanding which battles are worth engaging. Family matters, especially, should ideally be resolved privately to avoid public fallout. Nicki and Ming's relationship could be healed behind the scenes without involving the public, but only if careful, thoughtful steps are taken. Now it's your turn. Do you think Ming's moves are strategic, or is she being pulled into drama she doesn't need? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.